Hello, I'm Lynda Humble. I am delighted to be a part of DART finally arriving in the city of Rowlett after 30 years of waiting. It's hard to believe that it's here and we're able to now come to downtown Rowlett and get on the train and take it anywhere it goes in the DFW area, whether it's to downtown Dallas or to Plano. Just exciting that we have that opportunity now available to us. Just this time last year, we were celebrating the opening of the President George Bush Turnpike after 45 years. And what a tremendous asset it has been to the city of Rowlett as well. You know, after all of these many years of waiting, there's some interesting fun facts about the dark blue line. Do you know how many feet of track make up the blue line? Over 100,000 linear feet of rail. That's 19 miles, or the length of 333 Rowlett High School Eagle football fields. Wow, that's a lot of track. Also, just to give you a perspective, that's roughly the driving distance from Rowlett to either Plano or Dallas, between 18 to 20 miles. And it's more than twice the length of Rowlett's new 9.9 mile President George Bush Turnpike. So obviously, if you've got that much rail, how many rail ties are there throughout the alignment? 17,000 concrete rail ties. A lot of work went in to building the DART light rail here in Rowlett. And believe it or not, more than 1,061,000 hours were worked with no lost time incident. That would take one full-time employee 26,525 weeks, or roughly 510 years. That is a tremendous accomplishment on the part of DART and their contractor, Austin Bridge and Road. You don't build something of this magnitude without having to move dirt, and in some cases, remove dirt. So how many cubic feet of dirt was used or removed during the building of the DART light rail? Well, approximately 5.9 million cubic feet. That's enough dirt to build 4,000 swimming pools at 10,000 gallons each. That's the amount of dirt used is larger than 9 Rowlett Waterview golf clubs. Wow. And as I said, it is exciting to be a part of this at this time in our history after 30 years. And we wanted to take you on the trip, the journey, if you will, as to how as a community we celebrated the arrival of DART light rail. We did not want it to go unnoticed after waiting 30 years. So let's start with the festivities on Friday, November 30th. DART hosted a dignitary luncheon. And there was an inaugural ride that started at about 10:45. We were transported to the city of Garland to their rail station, and many of us rode the inaugural train into the city of Rowlett's station. What a wonderful occasion that was. And once we got through with the inaugural train ride, we went to the Rowlett Community Center, where we celebrated the opening with some important dignitaries, including our own representative, Angie Chin Buttons, and our Congressman, Sam Johnson. So have a look.
Almost 30 years.
Great ride.
Long time.
And what an event it is.
It is.
You know, it's amazing when you think about the history that we've had in the city and the significance of what the rail means. And from an economic development perspective alone, it certainly is. It's been a great day for the city of Rowlett.
You bet. The wait's finally over.
We are now crossing over Rowlett Road.
Yes.
We are approaching the Main Street station.
That's it. Coming into the Rowlett station for the first time.
It really is a privilege to be able to serve during this time, but there are a lot of people we have to remember when we talk about the folks that truly had the vision of putting DART into the city. It's access into the city.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is Gary Thomas, and I'm the President and Executive Director of Dallas Area Rapid Transit. And I certainly appreciate everybody being here today. And before I go any further, let me just say, welcome to DART Rail Rowlett. This is an awesome day, absolutely. You know, every time we open one of these projects, I'm always amazed by how much work goes into these projects. And we've done this so many times now, we kind of take it for granted that these projects are always going to open on time. They're always going to open under budget. And as a result, we have the longest light rail system in the United States.
Kind of access to public transit isn't just an amenity, it is a must. DART is the first-class system that will carry our region and Rowlett to great new heights. Today, Rowlett reaps the rewards of having that vision nearly 30 years ago to invest in such a system. Rowlett has always been a stellar partner to work with, and I join Gary Thomas in saying, welcome aboard. My next speaker is going to be somebody that you all know, and he has been the mayor of Rowlett from 1994 to 1996. It's been my pleasure to work with him on the DART board as he has served for the last 15 years. He has been a member of numerous and other civic organizations in Rowlett, including the service on the park board. As an attorney, Mark has earned an entry into the who's who in American law. Please join me in welcoming Mark Enoch.
I have some prepared remarks, and I will get to them. I want to thank some people here first. My father, who's no longer with us and would be very proud of our city. I'd like to remember him, and my mother, who can't be here. They would be here if they could. I also want to thank Patty, because in my 15 years on the DART board, that's meant 15 years away from baseball games and honey-do lists and all that, and so I appreciate Patty very much. You're putting up with me being away for the DART work. There are some other folks here who are past council members: Becky Sebastian, Clyde Wyatt, Dan Wardlow, Dennis Howery, Wayne Baxter, former Mayor Mike McCollum, and we have John and Stacy Godwin, Mike and Julie Gibson, who were city manager and assistant city manager while I was here. I see Larry Glick out here as the chair of the P&Z at that time too. So all these folks really did a lot in making our city focused on the future. So the current council, you have very broad shoulders to stand on. You're doing an excellent job, and I'm just part of being part of this process. I'd also like to recognize two people who you may not know, Walt Heumann and Adeline Harrison. Adeline was the first chair of the DART board way back when there were 25 people, in fact before there was DART, as they were in transition. And Walt has done so much for so many people and is really known as the father of DART. Without their work, we would not even be here. The final person is a little lady back there in back, Kathy Engel, who was my predecessor on the board as a former board member, and while she was living in Farmers Branch, did a wonderful job keeping the DART board at that time focused on meeting its obligations to, yes, little old 4,000, 5,000 person Rowlett, Texas. So I want to appreciate and thank all those people who did that. You know, when I was mayor, it was my great honor to be part of the history at a time when we found ourselves at a crossroads. With our steady population growth kicking into overdrive, this quiet little town made the decisions and the infrastructure investments that would later lead us to be recognized as one of the 25 Money Magazine's top 25 places to live in America. Judge Belinda Loveland, with her ROC program, reaching our community's kids, was a big part of that, as were the council members and the people who'd invested so long in Rowlett at that time. But I'm also proud of serving as a member of the DART board, having been there for 15 years, and I really do believe that DART is the single best investment we could have made as a city in our future. Many of our city's most important goals, improving mobility for our citizens, growing our commercial tax base, improving access to and from Rowlett, and establishing ourselves as a destination city, culminate in our partnership with DART. And today, we welcome a new era of mobility and economic development for all of our citizens. Our new station will be a gateway to the entire DART rail system, the red, the green, the blue lines. And as, yes, John pointed out, by 2014, we'll be able to get on our train right here and go to DFW International Airport without paying for parking and hassling with the traffic. Just as important, our station will attract people living in other communities who want to visit us and do business in our beautiful city by the lake. And it's been proven time and time again that light rail has the economic power to attract the kind of commercial and residential development that our city needs to prosper and keep our taxes low. From a consumer's point of view, for the average Rowlett commuter, the American Public Transit Association estimates that we'll save $9,000 a year each to leave our cars at home and ride transit, which is now more convenient than ever. Rowlett has been with DART since the beginning, 1983, and over the years we've grown up together. Our city has patiently waited for this. We've waited 30 years. Why? Because we understand that the growing system of DART helps all of the citizens in the 13 cities. We knew that transit would add to the quality of our lives by giving us time to do more important things than sitting in traffic. We knew that transit would help clear our skies, increase our productivity, and grow our economy. It goes without saying that I have long thought that Rowlett is one of the region's most attractive places to live. Patty and I raised our family out here. We've been out here since 1982, and today Rowlett, I think, is the best place in the Metroplex to live. DART is the exact catalyst we need to draw more people and more businesses to our city. For the last year and a half, city leaders and our community have been working hard on Realize Rowlett 2020 plan. That proactive approach will serve Rowlett well, just as it always has. The infrastructure is in place. The table is set, and the sky's the limit. Congratulations to everyone here, and most importantly, all citizens of Rowlett. Your patience has paid off. Our train is coming in. Next, I'd like to introduce a man everybody here knows. He's served on the Rowlett City Council since 2007 and has served for a little bit more than a year as mayor. Professionally, Todd has over 25 years in sales and marketing experience. He has a consulting firm that he helps other people grow their medium and small businesses. And I want to introduce to you my mayor, Todd Gottell.
We've got a train. This is what an extraordinary day this is for the city. You know, it is a great day in the city of Rowlett. And I say that a lot because we have a lot of great days. This is also a great day for our region, and it's hard to believe that the DART light rail is here. You know, we've recently, as Mark talked about, we recently have gone through this visioning process to update our comprehensive plan. And part of it is we're asking ourselves, what do we want to be when we grow up? And you know, it's interesting, the other day well, I had an opportunity where I attended the Leadership North Texas class, and it was an opportunity to really go out in the region. And what you see is that if quality investment brings quality growth and really good economic development. And the other day, I was walking downtown, looking at the water tower, and in the background is the clanging of the bells from the DART rail. It's pretty incredible. You know, when you think about it, if you turn the clock back, you think about this for just a minute. When they put the water tower up, you think about those folks that made the investment in the water tower. They bought running water, essentially pressurized water to Rowlett. Think about that. Now, it's only a water tower, right? But it's not. It was a stake in the ground that said, we are here. It is a stake in the ground that said, this is going to be our main street, our center of the city. And when I think about that, the journey that we've been on over the past many, many years, we've waited 45 years for PGBT, and that's here. And now we have DART light rail. This community has waited an enormous amount of time, and we are now on the map, we are now on the move, and we're on the water. You couldn't ask for more than that. It's a terrific day. And this project itself, the DART project, has literally changed the face of Rowlett. It's going to change our future. Think about what it brings. And as we've gone through our visioning process internally, I think of all the hard work that we've put into this, and I think about those folks. And these are the folks that we really need to remember today in our thoughts and our prayers. All those that served in all the committees, the past mayors, the councils, and all of those that had a hand in developing that vision, because I'm sure it was controversial at the time. Do we do it? Do we not do it? Do we take the penny? Do we not take the penny? What do we do? And those folks stood up and said, our citizens said, we believe in DART, and we believe it's going to be an economic engine for this community. And today is just a terrific day. I want to thank you for all the hard work, Gary, and your entire team. It is just, you know, it's such an honor, and I'm so humbled to be able to serve just during this time, to be able to just even have a seat on the train today, this morning, is just very, very humbling. So with that, you know, we are definitely on the water, and we are definitely on the move. And I want to thank you so much for being here today. God bless you.
On Saturday, December 1st, we celebrated Main Street Fest Ride the Rowlett Express, and we cannot thank Mother Nature enough. What a magnificent day. It was in the 70s, the sun was shining, and you would have thought it was a beautiful spring day, except it was the 1st of December. And we celebrated the opening of the DART light rail with a great party. The city combined 3 of our most popular events into one. We did Touch a Truck, we did our Light Up Main Tree Festival activities, as well as a 15-minute fireworks show, all on Main Street. Across the tracks, DART had a carnival. They celebrated with Radio Disney and a lot of food vendors as well. There were plenty of opportunities for photos with the children, playing on the fire engines, the ambulances. We had our SWAT truck out, and guess what? Santa came as well. Spent the whole afternoon with us here on Main Street. So if you'll stay tuned, if you weren't a part of it, we have a great opportunity for you to participate and see the wonderful festivities on Saturday, December 1st. finally, the big day came. Monday, December 3rd, the day that we've all been waiting for. DART Light Rail finally began service here in Rowlett. We did two things to celebrate that. Mayor Todd Gottel, myself, and others were present at 4:30 in the morning to welcome the first riders on the train here in Rowlett. Actually, the train will start in Rowlett. It's part of one of the destinations that they start their system up with. So very early in the morning, and we were delighted to be able to do that. And another interesting episode was Drew Rist, our creative director that you hear us talking about, the man behind the camera, decided that he was going to mark the occasion by leaving his vehicle at home. So he rode his bike to one of the DART light rail stations and took the train into work. And Drew documented his journey, and it is quite a delightful documentary on how Drew got to work riding the train. So hang with us and see how the opening day's event went.
It's 3 a.m. Time to make the coffee, eat some cereal, drink the coffee, and feed the dog. I'm Drew Rist, and I work at the City of Rowlett, but I live in Dallas. So you may be asking yourself, why is he riding his bike down Greenville Avenue in Dallas at 3:30 in the morning? Well, today, DART Light Rail service begins to downtown Rowlett, and I'm going to catch the first train, without using my car. The first train leaves from Mockingbird Station at 3:50 a.m. After a 4-minute bike ride, I buy my ticket from the kiosk using my debit card. The elevator to the train platform was out of order, but luckily there was an elevator. I don't know what to expect. How many people would be waiting for the train? Am I in the right place? Did I get the right time? Then I heard that distinctive horn. Here is the first scheduled train to downtown Rowlett. I rolled my bike onto the train and the door shut behind me. It was an exciting, little strange feeling, being the only person in my car. I then hung my bike on the bike rack they had on the train. I made sure they allowed bikes on the train by going to dart.org before my trip. If I had wanted, I could have left and locked my bike at Mockingbird Station using one of the free bike lids. The 30-minute train ride has a few stations along the way: White Rock, Lake Highlands, LBJ Skillman, Forest Jupiter, and the downtown Garland.
Now arriving, downtown Rowlett Station.
As my train arrived in downtown Rowlett, the platform was already getting full with DART and Rowlett officials. I decided to use the bike lids here and locked up my bike. News media began to show up and interviewed Mayor Todd Gottel.
This morning, we're here at 4:30 in the morning. We had our first set of riders just leave the city. It is a big day for Rowlett. We've been 30 years for this day, and I'll tell you, I think it's just hard to believe it's here.
Here's one of the first tickets bought for the DART Blue Line, and here's one of the first riders. That's Yvonne Cook. She's headed to work in downtown Dallas. As more trains arrived, the news media covered it all. DART supplied coffee, donuts, and DART schedules to the riders all morning long. That's Gary Thomas, President, Executive Director of DART, talking to City Manager Lynda Humble. As the workday started, the parking lot filled up at a steady pace. More and more riders began showing up excited about the new rail service.
This is the final destination.
2 TV channels had live broadcasts going at the same time. Well, I have to say, today was a huge success. Not only did everything go as planned, but now I can ride my bike to work and enjoy the ride home.
Residents in one local community have a brand new way to get going this morning.
We're talking about a transit project 3 decades in the making. DART's Blue Line service to downtown Rowlett is officially online. CBS 11's Robbie Owens is live at the new station with more on what's in store for commuters. Robbie.
A stress-free commute. That's what this train behind me will bring to riders here in Rowlett. They can connect to either downtown Dallas or anywhere that DART serves. Now, this Blue Line extension will bring light rail service into Rowlett for the first time. Residents prior to this have been driving to Garland to catch light rail, but no more. Some passengers were already on the platform and waiting to grab that first train. It pulled out here just after 4:30 this morning. Local officials say this is a great day for this city. They are expecting their investment to pay off with long-term economic development and in the immediate short term, of course, incredible convenience.
Honestly, when I think about getting on 635 and sitting there bumper to bumper, you know, you're trying to just make it to work, and to be able to hop on a train and sit there and read your paper, open your iPad, it's pretty cool.
It is very cool for those folks here who are waiting and taking advantage of the Blue Line service here. But DART is also telling us that there's a lot happening with the system. Again, this is the new Blue Line service into Rowlett, but they have also opened 2 new stations on the Orange Line in Irving, North Lake College, and also Beltline Road. So 2 new stations in Irving on the Orange Line, also with bus service going into DFW. So a big day for DART and a really big day for Rowlett. Reporting live, Robbie Owens, CBS 11 News.
All right, Robbie Owens, thanks so much.
In closing, it is again a great occasion for the city of Rowlett. After 45 years, President George Bush has finally opened. After 30 years, DART Light Rail is absolutely running here in the city of Rowlett. We couldn't be more happy. We've spent the last 2 years preparing for this day through the creation of Realize Rowlett 2020. That was adopted by the City Council on November 6th. And you'll be seeing in the days and months to come all of the economic development initiatives that we're putting forward to introduce the city of Rowlett to the Metroplex and the United States for that matter, because we are now open and accessible thanks to PGBT and DART. If you weren't a part of the DART opening, I hope that you've enjoyed this journey of the lunch, our Saturday festivities, and not having to get up at 4:30 to ride the first train, certainly. If you were, we are delighted that you were a part of it and hope that you have a very blessed holiday season. Thank you.